The Xbox Series X design has special meaning. The special meaning being that this is the Xbox that the original Xbox from 2001 wanted to be. This Xbox Series X, 19 years later, is an Xbox fully realized in its form, in its function. Because you have to remember, Xbox, that name, that nomenclature alone, represents DirectX from PC gaming. And at that time, late 90s, when Microsoft say, hey, let's see about making this console until its release in the early 2000s, PC gaming was unique at that time in terms of type of titles they put out, types of genres that they put out. Because first-person shooters, late 90s into early 2000s, that's what you played on PC. Yeah, you had some people try to port things like Doom to consoles, but it failed. The Xbox, at least in my opinion, was that, hey, let's get these PC games from the Quakes, the Quake 2, Quake 3, Unreal Tournament, Counter-Strike, whatever, Diablo for the people that were into those kind of things. Let's bring that to your home TV. We're effectively decoupling the gaming aspect of the PC and bring it to the mainstream. And that's pretty much how you innovate in Silicon Valley. You decouple things and you enhance that certain part. Or you can combine things like Apple did with the iPhone. We take their own iPod product, you merge it with the phone, you merge it with a point and shoot. That's how you do it. That's what happened in Silicon Valley. You put things together, you break it apart. And when you break things apart, you enhance those individual parts. When you put things together, you try to make it more convenient and have some sort of a value to it. So yeah, this is what the original Xbox should have looked like, in my opinion, in terms of what Microsoft was thinking. But they wanted to go traditional with that, more or less, that traditional, narrower, well, not necessarily narrow, but flatter and wider design that you can stick under your TV. That makes perfect sense. They're not going to necessarily break the mold on their first console out. But at this point, Xbox, with nothing to lose in terms of Xbox One, because that wasn't very successful, coming off the heels of the 360, hey, why not? Why not be about your true self? And your true self is saying, hey, we're bringing PC gaming to your TV. Now, you have to say, will this break apart the die-hard PC gaming fans? Probably not, because at this point, yeah, in terms of software, most anything you can have on a PC is going to be on the console, and vice versa. But what you can do is optimize it so you can get that consistent frame rate and that consistent look, that consistent feel, and probably even better optimize the hardware that you have. That's the only advantage you can have to it. So that to have that consistent experience. Because the diehard PC people, they don't want to upgrade their GPU, CPU, and stay ahead of the curve. Cool. That's what it is. But this is a way to offer it to the masses. And this is Xbox saying, hey, we are Xbox. This is a shout out to their past. They're saying, hey, we put that Pentium 3 in the original Xbox in 2001, because you know what we was about. And that's what they're doing right now. They're saying, hey, we're about our original vision. And I like that. And you can see how Microsoft, acquired studios, and they're really going to make this big first-party push. And I think Xbox is definitely going to compete coming up with this, with this next generation. Was it the 9th generation? Yeah, the 9th generation. So, that being said, Xbox Series S, they seem to be back to focusing on gaming, even though I had no problem with the 360, but it got a little out of pocket, a little out of character with that Xbox One. But now they're getting back to basics, literally getting back to basics, saying, hey, we ain't nothing but a PC. We just separating from the computer. We're separating the gaming aspect. If you want to deal with your computer stuff, get with our Windows tablets, do all that word processing, email, etc. But plug up your Xbox if you want to get your PC gaming. Because nowadays, like I said, hey, on consoles you can get those PC level games nowadays and get console games on PC and vice versa. So yeah, that's what's going to be the selling point for the Xbox Series X. And they're saying, hey, the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 4, they're all using that same kind of PC processor. Okay, well, Xbox, Microsoft, what are they going to say? Saying, hey, we the kings of this stuff right here. We're going to show you. We're going to make it really, we're really going to level up this time and go beyond what y'all guys doing. And that's why, in my opinion, I feel that Sony should stick to proprietary processors and, do what they do in terms of console gaming. Because right now, right now, Sony is allowing Microsoft to compete in that same home console space because they're using PC parts in their PlayStations. That's not separating anything. This is stuff that was already with this x86, x64 stuff on computers since the 1970s. I mean, like, it really not separating at that point. Because you have to remember when, like, the PlayStation and that middle mid 90s kind of era with those 3D kind of graphics from these game manufacturers like Sega, and then Sony getting involved in it, and Nintendo, they was able to do things that PCs couldn't do at that time. There was a difference. You played certain games on PC and you played certain games on the console. There was differences. But nowadays that's merged, and Sony is feeding right into it to allow Xbox to be able to compete in that overall console kind of market. That's why I felt like Sony should stuck with that cell processor. Being different in that manner is what makes a console a console. Using those PC parts, no. When Microsoft did that, that made a lot of sense. Because saying, hey, we bringing a PC at that time to your TV, so you can have that as an additional console to your traditional console. So that's why I always feel right now, to be honest, that there's a market for traditional, customized CPU, even maybe customized GPU in the system, saying, hey, we're really pushing this far, we're really doing this, we're giving you something that you can't get with an x86, x64 processor. And I think Xbox is really going to flex come this 9th generation and saying, hey, we really going to show you what we about. We're going to show you what the Xbox is about. DirectX coming to your TV. So yeah, that design represents what Xbox is about. That symbolizes something to me, and that means Xbox, Microsoft is about to get. It's going to be serious. It's going to bring the heat this generation. So watch out for that. No doubt in my mind, they really going to go all out. They're going to go all out the way that it should have went back in 2001, but they had, caged the market a little bit because they were getting their feet in it. But yeah, this is becoming fully realized. Xbox is going to go hard. And right now, even though no game's out, nothing's out, and we know what franchise exclusive, but Xbox is going to bring that heat. And they're going to show Sony, like, hey, man, don't compete in this space. Don't compete using these PC parts. We doing what we do. We have experience on y'all in terms of that. Y'all need to go back to make y'all custom chips and do y'all thing over there. That's my take. Iceberg Jim out. Deuces.